We're going to look at the fungal body. And you say, wait a second, do fungi have bodies? Yes, they actually do. What we're talking about as far as a fungal body goes is what does it look like and how is it organized? Some fungi can get to be fairly well organized. Others are very simple in nature. So when we talk about the fungal body, we have those organisms that are single-celled. This particular picture is of a yeast cell, Saccharomyces cerevisiae. This is the type of yeast you buy in the store and you can get it to grow, and what you see is these particular organisms are single-celled. Since they're single-celled, they are very simple, but that is a fungal body. This is a single-celled organism that's a little bit more complex, but it's not much more complex. And this is Taphrina. It grows on the surface of leaves, and it is a single-celled organism. And again, as a single-celled organism, it grows, it does things, but each cell is separate and distinct. We also have what we call hyphae and mycelium for fungi. There are many fungi that are filamentous, and when it is filamentous, we call the individual hyphal strands hyphae. We call the group of everything together a mycelium. So if you've got one hyphal strand, or you've got a whole bunch of them, and we call them a mycelium. Now, one of the interesting things we look at in hyphae is we look for the presence of cross walls. And cross walls occur at different segments. Cross walls always occur when we are separating a reproductive structure from the rest of the fungal body, and cross walls often form in old tissue. But when you look at young tissue, we look for cross walls because that allows us to differentiate between different kinds of hyphae. This particular group is cenocytic, and it does not possess cross walls. Or if the cross walls are there, it's because it's a very old material. And over here, you really don't see many prominent cross walls. This is a septate type hyphae. This is very young growing, and you can see, and we're going to pull the pointer up over here, cross wall, cross wall, cross wall. Very distinctive cross walls in here. And these very distinctive cross walls even occur in young tissue, so this is called a septate type hyphae. So we do have differences between materials like this. The fungal body is not differentiated into various tissue types. Rather, what we have is we have cells coming together. When we have cells coming together like that, we call that a thallus. So here with the fungi, we have a thallus. Now, you can look at this, and you may have seen this. This is what is called a fairy ring. This is a rather large object that is one fungal colony, therefore one fungal thallus. And when I say a rather large object, this is probably 8 to 10 feet across. In it, you've got mushrooms that are a couple inches or better across. So what we're looking here is what we would consider to be a thallus. It is a fungal body. Over here, we've got a mushroom. This particular mushroom is about 3 inches tall. It is a thallus. You really don't have differentiation in a lot of different tissues, but rather you've got everything coming together, and the mycelium creates something out of it. If we go to that which you often see, this is a thallus. In this particular case, we're looking at a fungus that is growing in culture media. You don't get any differentiation of material in it, but this is a thallus. You've seen thalli of fungi when you look at an orange that has got that green powdery mold on the outside of it. That is a thallus. So a thallus is really an undifferentiated type material, but it occurs because we don't have things differentiated into various tissues. Therefore, when we look at fungal bodies, we start out with the single-celled, we look at mycelium, and then we look at mycelium coming together to make something like a thallus.